Hello, welcome to Contentstack Live. I'm your host, Jeff Baher, along with my assistant, Austin Chen. Joining us today is Michelle Grady. She's the Senior Product Manager for our Headless CMS here at Contentstack. Hey, Michelle, welcome to the program.
Hey, Jeff. It's great to be here.
So the topic today, how to build the composable DXP you've always wanted. And let's just go right into it. I know a lot of talk today about composable, people going composable, a lot of talk about composable DXPs. And a big part of that seems to be this builder mentality, right? That this is an opportunity for you to not just buy something off the shelf, but rather something you can build and compose around. So I'd love to get your perspectives. I know you talk to customers like all the time. What are customers looking to do? What's their appetite really to build and to compose?
Yeah, and I'm really definitely seeing that shift of being just tied down to a single vendor. Our customers really want this composable structure where it grows with them. And so has the flexibility of where they want to go today and where they want to go in the future. So we see a lot of customers wanting to just, based on their unique needs and their custom use cases, to kind of build out and really extend Contentstack for what it is today. And one of the things too is just making it a lot easier. One of the things that we have is our marketplace, just making it easier to integrate faster with a lot of our partners. You could have these vendors instantly added to your Contentstack and your stack, and don't really have to think about all the ways that you're going to do all those integrations.
The whole notion of extensibility, you kind of touch on that too. So what does that mean to people? And then when they're tapping into like the marketplace, when they're building, are they essentially trying to just reproduce what they have done before? Or how much of it is really, maybe that's the role of extensibility, extending beyond kind of what their current capabilities are, so how much of it is, this is kind of how I did it the old way, and I'm going to go through a marketplace and just pick and choose the same things to arrive at what I was already doing, or really kind of take you in new directions?
I think we see a little bit of both, and there is an appetite of wanting to go beyond just how they've done it before. Many times they realize how they've done it before is just just kind of what they defaulted to. But they're finding ways of really extending kind of our capabilities and kind of customizing an opportunity to kind of change how they do their entire workflows for their whole digital experience. So there's definitely appetite to just do more than kind of what they're used to and really kind of build out those experience for kind of their customers and kind of even their editors and developers.
So I'll pick up on that. Is that, are you seeing this with both personas, as we say, like this is really a conversation for developers, or are you seeing also like the business users also take advantage of customizing the stack and tapping into applications or capabilities that help, both really, the business kind of initiatives, business efforts, also the developer path?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is both. One, I think developers are really tapping into the editor experience. How can they make it as easy as possible for editors to innovate, really kind of making them more autonomous. And developers get to develop all the cooler stuff and really build it out where editors have the autonomy to create as much content and experiences that they want. And so I kind of see it in both ways, where we have ways to extend our platform that makes it really easy for developers to build out their deployments and their architecture, but they're also thinking of their editors and how they're building out their content and customizing and ways of really making it ingrained within Contentstack of what that experience looks like.
So tell us a little bit more about the marketplace then. So what's our approach? What do we make available there? What's our kind of philosophy behind what we're doing there?
Yeah, our marketplace is our one-stop destination really for anything extendable within Contentstack. You could really build the tech stack that you want with apps that we've made, all of our extensibility of different locations within Contentstack that you could extend based off of your needs, and one click really of third-party integrations, like I mentioned before. All of this is really based off of what you need Contentstack to do. And I could definitely walk through the marketplace. So here within the marketplace, you'll see it in the sidebar widget, and you'll have a dedicated marketplace icon. This again has all of the apps that you have. Right here, you have all of the apps that we as Contentstack develop. Some of these apps kind of in partnership with our customers. We hear a lot of unique needs, a really custom type of solutions, and we partner with our customers to build those apps. We also have our certified partners that we do integrations with that you could easily click through and install apps really quickly. We guide you through the whole entire process of installing it within your stacks and multiple stacks. We also have our starter app. So this is really an end-to-end solution that you could see how we build things with different types of technologies and how we're utilizing different features within Contentstack. We also have our automations. So here are some automation type recipes. Also, just like our apps, walks you through how to build those automations based on certain unique use cases. Like here, you could see an automation around localizing all of your content, or even having it really easy to automate Slack messages based off of when you have new content created.
This is cool. We had Christine on earlier episode. She gave us a kind of walkthrough of Automation Hub. So you can create your own. You can also then will continue to populate some like what you're showing here, which you can then easily integrate then into your own kind of workflows and automation sequences.
Exactly. And kind of here in Marketplace it helps you get started. Sometimes you may not know exactly where to go first. And this helps you with automations, with our starter apps, with just kind of our one-click integrations with vendors. It helps you just get started and kind of innovating faster within Contentstack without having to build everything from scratch. One thing I did wanted to kind of show here as well is that you can maintain all of your stacks. So within a developer, you can go to, once you have it installed, you could really easy see all of the apps that you have installed within your stacks, uninstall them, really have an easy way to maintain kind of all of your solutions across your entire organization.
And that's really cool. I did have a question then around the stack. So, because maybe you could just explain for some of our listeners, like the notion of stacks, and then presumably then with the marketplace, I can customize different stacks with different apps. Like how?
Yeah. So the way that you architect your stacks really depends. Again, one of the biggest things, Contentstack is really unique to your needs. Some of our customers have it one stack across maybe some brands that have very similar type of content, or you could have multiple stacks for all of your brands. It really is customizable, but essentially it's a container of all of kind of your content together. And with Marketplace, you could really extend. Maybe some stacks have certain types of needs around like assets and images. You could have specific apps around those and things like that.
Very cool. Okay, so you can very easily then customize, or when you install, you can just specify you want to install it across all the stacks, or just a select number of them.
Exactly. You can really customize where your apps are installed.
Cool. And I know we just recently, we have a Contentstack Pulse program where we're kind of shining the light on new capabilities from the platform, one of which recently was the marketplace. There were some new apps. I think there were Contentstack apps, right, that we've now added. And I think also Connor might have been even showcasing some of them at ContentCon.
Exactly.
But you want to show us a couple of those maybe? Just where would we find all this goodness? How do we kind of keep track of, where to look for new apps, new recipes?
Yes. The best way to see, there's kind of two places. One, within the app, there's always a what's new section. Here you'll have not just within the marketplace, but definitely all the marketplace apps will be available here every time we introduce them. we also have our product change log, and you could filter these based off of our marketplace apps. And then you could easily see all of the apps that we've been releasing to the marketplace. So as you can see, we're releasing apps pretty frequently. We've released a couple, more than a couple actually, in the past 2 months.
Wow, fantastic. All right, this is cool. So the changelog, what's new? I also, reference the Pulse program. We have show notes for all of these episodes. So we'll make sure in the show notes that we can put links to this, but also Connor's on stage demonstration of some of these. But that's great. So yeah, there's a lot on a pretty regular basis for end users to continue to revisit the marketplace and see what's new and what they can take advantage of.
Yep. And I could go over one of the apps that we have released. And this was actually, as I mentioned, partnered with our customer. This was a pretty unique case where we didn't have all the functionality that was specific to their needs. And so this was an e-commerce customer that we partnered with. And this is really being able to preview your content in what it would look like in the future. So this is our release preview app, extending our releases feature within our CMS. So this right here is all of our releases. This is also utilizing a new UI location. So we also released in the past month a full page UI location where you could actually build an app that utilizes the entire screen versus what we've had before, which was our dashboard. And so here you're actually going to see your releases in a calendar view within all of your target environments. You'll be able to see how those actually look like, and even preview how those releases will look. And so, for example, here on March 25th, we have an aggregation of all the content within that release, and you could actually see how that future release will look like with all the aggregated content.
Oh, that is very cool. I don't want to put you on the spot, but how does does this complement live preview? Extend that capability, or?
It does kind of complement. You'll be utilizing some similar SDKs that you have for live preview in order to implement the release preview app. So yeah, a lot of it will complement live preview. So live preview really shows the content that you're editing in the moment. This actually takes all of that content aggregated that you have within a release and see how it looks like in the actual future. So it also takes to account, for example, if I look at this release that's coming up on the 30th, it will take to account that 25th release as well. And so you'll know as you go through all of your changes, how ever-changing content that you have, and be able to plan accordingly. You're also able to kind of see this in a timeline view. So based off of what things have been added, updated, removed, you'll be able to see that more in this view, and you're able to compare. So one of the cool things, and you'll kind of see how this is with kind of similar to live preview, is you'll actually see how this release will look like and how that actually compares to what, for example, what you have currently published, or even what you're planning to publish. So I could kind of show this here. You'll see the differences. You can even highlight those differences and really make it really easy to kind of see all those changes that are going to happen release to release.
That's very cool. Yeah. Oh, wow. Thanks for sharing that one. So this is all one app that you're showing now. This is all just but this is the release preview app, right?
Yes. So this is, the release preview app, extending our release feature that we have within our CMS.
Wow. Excellent. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that. So, we could clearly go on. There's a lot to talk about, but what's your sense of where do things go? You're kind of back to the overall team's philosophy or approach to the marketplace, and what's around the corner and things that has you really excited?
Yeah. So as you saw, we have a lot of apps that we're releasing. A lot of that, one of the things that is going to be released is another type of calendar view, but this really extends to just about anything that has dates and visualize that within Contentstack. So you'll be able to see all of the due dates that you have in your workflows in a calendar view. Again, all of your releases, and then all of, if you have any scheduled published for later type of deployments, you'll be able to see that as well within a calendar view. You can see it. It's kind of Google-esque, calendar-esque, where you're seeing things within like a month. A lot of our customers really like to see things week by week of how their kind of content will look like throughout those changes.
So more and more, it sounds like, especially on the business user side, to be more apps that facilitate people being inside the platform for more of their day-to-day and supporting kind of tasks.
Yeah, really focused on productivity within our platform, making it easier to do kind of your day-to-day tasks, and a lot of emphasis on kind of that visualization of all of the content that's already within Contentstack. And so that's just one part. We also are continuously working with our partners, really that turnkey solution that I mentioned, making it really easy to just integrate different types of vendors within Contentstack and kind of extend your whole digital experience.
So there will continue to be new apps, like on our side, from the partner side.
Exactly.
This is great. I know, so we do have a kind of a small audience that kind of tracks these conversations, and we do get some questions. So I know, Austin, a couple came through. So you want to share kind of what we have? And
yeah. So first one is, are you on your own with marketplace integrations, or does Contentstack provide any help? If so, is that pretty much standard with providers?
Yeah. So I think one of the biggest things is that we really want to help you through the journey. We have people there to kind of help know what integrations that you want to do based off of use case, given it may be a Contentstack solution or a different vendor. And if none of the marketplace apps that we have available, you could really build out your own. Essentially, if things have some APIs involved, you'll be able to kind of build out your own solution. And we have our developer hub. This is a really easy way that we make it so you can build your own apps for your org, or if it's a solution, you could actually have it available within the marketplace. So we also have our components available as well. So you could have that look and feel within Contentstack and really seamless experience, even though it's really customized to your needs.
You find a lot of customers take advantage of the developer hub and our ability apps?
They're really taking advantage of just the whole extensibility within Contentstack of building kind of unique use cases based off of what their business needs.
Austin, did you have another question for Rochelle?
Yeah, kind of in that same vein about building your own apps. This one's around, where do I go to learn more about building my own app?
Yeah, so we have all the documentation around our developer hub available. This will allow you to see kind of all the SDKs and APIs that we have available to build and extend the Contentstack platform. And then I could probably briefly show you that as well within Contentstack. This is just below our marketplace app. We have our developer hub. This is a way where you could build out, we'll walk you through, like we do with our marketplace, walk you through how you could actually build apps for your organization or within your stack. And we'll kind of share all of the ways that you could extend different UI locations. We have things like our dashboards. We have side widgets. We have that full page app that we have. We even have new ones with like in each individual fields within our editor page. So that's also another thing that in the future we're looking and finding more ways that we could extend Contentstack so you could build out more apps and kind of all, again, based off of your unique needs.
People can also go to the documentation too. I know that's a good resource. Okay, so between there's some hand-holding in the marketplace itself, some starter apps, libraries that people can pull from, but then there's other documentation, potentially also, I would imagine, in the community as well. People kind of share some best practices.
Exactly. And you could always reach out to us as well. We're happy to kind of walk you through the best way to implement an app. I do see a lot of our TSO team being able to kind of architect with our customers and help them build their apps.
I had one other question too, around just support. Obviously, so we develop our own apps. Those are fully supported. The customers having an issue, they can call us if they're having or needing help to develop their app. Same like line of support. When it's, hey, I downloaded a partner app, what happens there, and what kind of handholding do we offer or not, right, for that?
Yeah, we have our care with our compromise. And one of the things is like, we just don't push you to that's somebody else who built the app, but go contact them. We're really there every step of the way, working with our partners, understanding kind of where those gaps are, and working with you and the partners and us together of how can we actually work through any issues that you have. So definitely care with compromise extends to our extensibility and within our marketplace.
Nice. Very okay. So either through the app, or if I'm calling, if people still do call like a tech support, like we can help facilitate and do the breadcrumb path to where things might go wrong and what people we need to get on the horn to help.
Exactly. And we'll, for example, bring in that vendor in and kind of understand where those issues are, if it is within us or if it's within them. And so you really have kind of that clear understanding of how those integrations are happening.
Yeah. Wow. Very cool. So thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us. There's so many different angles we can approach this. I'd love to have you come back, maybe through like the lens of a customer or two, where we can really see how they've really kind of built out their stack, what they've done kind of through the marketplace, maybe what apps or what things they've done to customize. Because I know a lot of times you and the product management team will kind of often have to remind us, like, if you unpack like any of these implementations from our customers, they're all so vastly different. And that speaks to everything you said, the extensibility, the availability of customization and capabilities through the marketplace. So it'd be great just to kind of tell more of those stories. But thank you so much for taking the time and sharing all that you're hearing out there.
Thank you for having me, and really would love to come back. There's just so many things that our customers are building and what we're kind of partnering with them, that we're just helping them kind of innovate faster.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you. And yeah, we'll make sure to book you again real soon. And for everyone else out there, thank you very much. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Be sure to check out the show notes for relevant links and content. To learn even more about the power of going composable, head to contentstack.com.